Live theater is important because it's something that's happening just for you that one time in all of time. And when you're sitting in a theater, unlike a movie, depending on where you're sitting, everybody's getting a different view of it. So no two people are seeing it quite the same way. And it's a performance just for you, just for that audience, and then after it's over, it's disappeared forever.
It's an incredible opportunity to let audiences see a reflection of their lives on stage.
It is a thing that can actually change lives. It changed my life when I was a young person. It gave me a purpose, it gave me ambition, it gave me discipline, and I feel like many things in the world today would be different if people were exposed to variations of storytelling and different kinds of people's lives, different kinds of ways of lives. It would breed more compassion and more acceptance.
From that minute when you kind of sit somewhere and you're like, I'm home, this is it, there's like that connection that I still get. Like, I can go to a musical or play, and if it's good, it is one of those things that takes you away and nothing else exists, and very little does that.
It's a place where we can go and we can heal, where we can get away from the things that might be bothering us. It's also a place where we can go celebrate wonderful art.
She can change your whole life. For me personally, when I'm up there, I feel transcendent and makes me forget about a lot of the pain in the world, or provides a place for you to learn about it and really explore it. I think it's a key to really opening people's minds, which I think is special.
Because it allows people the chance to dream in that moment right now. And since we live in the present, why not have live theater, which happens in the present?
There's nothing else quite like it. There's nothing like sitting in an audience and experiencing people living out a story in front of you. You can't get that in TV film. You can't get that, anywhere else. It's living, breathing before your very eyes, different every night.
When you see a production, a performance, you're seeing something that no one else will see. That's a unique performance. The following night may be totally different. It's exciting.
The screen has a different qualities to it and different power to it, but this liveness, the riskiness, the animalistic sense of the whole thing, you get it only in live theater. Risk.
Oh, because it's one time that you have all these individuals in a room together with a living, malleable thing that's different every single night. And in this age of rewind, play, it's a rare, rare thing. It's so important.
When you're on stage, you get that feedback right away and that connection and that energy from the audience. And I think when you're in the audience and you see someone going through an experience right in front of you with no filters, it just affects you in a way that it would never do on TV or film. I mean, when you see someone physically going through an experience in front of you, you can't help but react.
Well, there's nothing as exciting as a collaboration in the moment with an audience, and they become the other actors, and it's all, there's nothing fake about it. It's all in the moment. So it's an exciting thing for an audience to witness.
It's a three-dimensional experience. It's a unified communal experience in terms of energy, if that makes any sense. And so I think that that as a shared experience for human beings is why it even started in the first place, I believe, 2,500, 3,000 years ago. So.
Oh, well, I feel like we spend so much time like this with our phones all the time that people will pay any amount of money to have like real, actual human connection. And so the pendulum swings this far during the day, and then we actually long for people to tell us to shut off our cell phones and connect with human beings.
It makes us feel present in our busy lives. It celebrates community. It celebrates the necessity of being together as human beings and living this ritual of transformation with other human beings in a room together. And only the theater does that. So that's why we are so important.
There is something about connecting with somebody in the moment, and that is very special, and that's what's significant about live theater.
When you come from doing children's theater and you're like, oh, we get 2 weekends of shows. No, we're doing this 52 weeks a year, 8 shows a week, 6 days a week. Like, it's always happening. It's beautiful.
Because it's an opportunity to actually connect with human beings in real life. Our generation has moved into this technological craziness, and we need to connect as people.
It gives us an opportunity to tell so many stories and
You never know whose story you're telling.
Oh, live theater can transform you. You know, it's one of those things that you go into a theater, you see these walls, you see a curtain down, and all of a sudden you're taken to a different place. And other aspects of the arts can do that as well. But when it comes to live theater, you're watching it happen, and you're watching it transform, and you're watching somebody go through something. So when I'm a part of the piece, I love going through those things. And when I'm watching, I love going through them too.
I think it has a lot of power politically to like really say things. There's something about seeing someone in person tell you something about life and about the state of the world that we're in that people become afraid of, because it is very powerful.
Theatre, whether it's a small house, a big house, Broadway, off Broadway, it's immediate, and it can only happen with those people in that room. There's no other art form in acting that you can really do that with, I think so.
Listen, it's so important because you get the real thing. There's no editing, it's what it is, and that's what, you know, some of them fail, some of them become very successful, and people enjoy that. I think this is fantastic. And listen, it's so many things happening people will never realize, but it's a lot of things happen between the music and the sound, the microphones, so, you know, it's so real that I love that.
Because there's nothing like it. You know, it's a truly American art form, and the musical especially, and you get to be a part of nights like this, and it's just, you know, moments in the theater you can't ever duplicate, and I think that's kind of acting at its core.
When you are sitting in a live theater experiencing a live event, you are living in the moment. And less and less of the entertainment we have is about that now. Maybe rock concerts, maybe theater, but everything else is all stuff that's pre-packaged and lit and edited so that you can't make a mistake with it. In live theater, there's always the possibility of mistake. That gives it its danger.
This is how we know ourselves. Art is how we know ourselves as people, and hopefully on nights like tonight and times like these, art heals us.